Listen. All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the final post-game press conference of day one of the 2021 Summit League Basketball Championships. We are joined first by members of the victorious USD team. USD prevailed 86-69 in their quarterfinal against Western Illinois. For the Coyotes, it's their first tournament win since 2018. It's also the first Summit League tournament win for Coach Todd Lee, Coach of the Year in the conference. We are joined by Coach Lee, along with players Xavier Fuller, Stanley Umude. Xavier scored 15 of his 20 points in the second half, and Stanley scored 19 of his 26 in the second half. Reminder to the media, the number 2 seeded Coyotes move into the semifinals, 8:45 p.m. Monday night. They will play the winner of the 3-6 game between North Dakota State and Kansas City. As a reminder to the media, please use the chat function within Zoom to type out your questions. I will read those questions to the appropriate party, so please identify yourself, your organization, and who your questions should go to. We will get as many questions in as we can in the 10 minutes. And first and foremost, we will start with an opening statement from Coach Lee, and then we will take questions for the players and the coaches. Coach Lee, if you would, do us the honors.
Really proud of our group. You know, we've been through a lot, obviously, with what's happened to the team and AJ, and then with Nick going down. But we've got high character guys, that competitive, and they've done a great job. We had a week to prepare, and I think that really helped us. Western Illinois is a very athletic team, quick team, and we also took care of the basketball tonight, only 9 turnovers. We guarded well. They ended up shooting 37% from the field. And we led the league in field goal percentage defense, and that's where we've won games this year. So Stan knows these games are hard to win in this tournament. You know, there's a lot of 2-7, 1-8 upsets. You know, teams are, you know, these games are hard to win, so it's always great to advance.
Thank you, Coach. We've got some questions at the queue. We'll start with Grant Sweeter from Kellerland. This is for Coach Lee. How big were the performances of Tassos and Xavier tonight?
Well, I thought all 5 guys in the starting group did a really good job, but to have somebody else step up and score points, Tassos did a good job, and then Xavier really did a good job. And when Xavier's shooting the ball, he's tough to guard, and he's a very good free throw shooter, and we got him fouled a lot, cutting to the basket. So I thought everybody really did a good job, even the guys coming off the bench. But we definitely need points, you know, after losing AJ, and it's good to have a balance.
We've got another question for Coach, this one from Sean Bauer of Kellerland. Coach, how did you think Mason looked tonight, filling in that starting spot?
Well, you know, I think he's still a little bit rusty, but Mason did a good job. You know, we saw glimpses of how he looked in practice this week, and it was great to have him back. Another ball handler, another shooter. He's a tough young man. He's defended all year long. And so he was out for 2.5, 3 weeks, so he just had a few days of practice. So I'm sure getting back and playing will help him. I thought he did a good job tonight. I think he'll just keep improving. Hopefully, you know, another day of practice and getting some game time with the injury is very important.
Next question is from Brian with the Argus Leader, and it's for Stanley. Stanley, what was your approach offensively in the second half tonight?
Yeah, I was just trying to keep the pressure on the defense, you know, and as I drive, you know, sometimes the defense collapses, you know, trying to just kick it out as much time as I can and get to the free throw line. And, you know, just try not to force it too much with AJ being out, you know, just letting my teammates get comfortable out there instead of trying to force the action.
Another question from Sean from Kello for Coach Lee. Coach, how do you approach having a day off in between games?
Well, it's interesting because we don't know who we're going to play, you know, and they're 2 completely different styles, you know, UMKC and North Dakota State. So, you know, you have to prepare for both of them. I think with our limited lineup because of some injuries, you know, I think it's great to have a day off, and obviously finishing second in the league, you know, awarded us that. So we'll come back tomorrow. We'll clean up some things defensively and offensively, but we won't do a lot tomorrow. But we'll watch that game and try to figure out who we're going to play. But it is interesting. It's two different styles. So both very good teams, but completely different styles.
Got a question for Xavier here from Brian from the Argus Leader. What offensive adjustments did you guys make this week?
Really just, especially knowing that we played Western, we knew we had a great lead. We knew this team was tough. And so everything we did, we cut with purpose. And, we created leads and really just been aggressive with them because we knew they would come out aggressive.
Another question for Xavier, this one from Bailey Zupke of the Press in Dakota. How did you adjust specifically around AJ not being there tonight?
It's unfortunate that we don't have AJ, but we also have another leader, Stan, and I think he did a good job of getting our players where we needed to be on the offensive end and talking on the defensive end. So I think we did a good job there.
Sure. Question from Scott with the McDonough County Voice, and we'll send this one for Stanley. Whenever Western made a run, it seemed like USD had an answer. Is there something in particular you looked for in those spots where they were coming at you?
Yeah, I mean, we knew that they would make some runs. Last time we played them, they did the same thing in the second half. We did a better job of handling it this game, but, Coach told us before the game, too, like, they're going to make a few runs. If they make a run, just keep your composure. Don't lose your head. Because it kind of gets reckless sometimes playing them, but just trying to keep our composure was the main thing for us.
Yeah.
Question from Zach James of the Sioux City Journal, and this one's for Xavier as well. How important was it coming out strong and getting out to a lead right away?
We knew if you got out and jumped on it early, they might give up and just create a better opportunity for us. That way, it was all about defense today. We knew the offense would take care of itself, but we wanted to make sure we get stops and made the offense go a lot smoother. So I think that's what we did.
Media reminder, go ahead and submit questions. We've got a couple more minutes here. Question for Stanley. Stanley, last time you were in this building, you put up 41, and you guys got a really big win. Mm-hmm. Do you have good vibes around that? Do you feel like that was carried over from that?
Yeah, it was a good game, but I wasn't coming in here expecting to score 41. Just try to do whatever we could to get the win, and I like playing here. It's a great place to be. It's a great atmosphere, so it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Last call for questions for USD. There we go. We've got a taker for Stanley again from Bailey Zupke with the Press in Dakota. What was different about tonight's game compared to the last two seasons in this tournament?
I felt more comfortable, and we were really all on the same page as a team. Everyone's trying to do what they can to get the win, and we obviously coming in at the 2 seed this year. We're playing Western. It's a whole different play style, so we just felt really prepared about the game, and I'm glad that we got the win.
Yeah. We've got a question for Coach from Brian from the Argus Leader. How do the injuries your team is dealing with impact how you handled it when players got in foul trouble tonight?
Yeah, it definitely makes it tough. We had to maneuver that at the end of the first half, and guys are picking up 2 fouls, and some had 3. And it was a game, and we really tried to attack the rim. Xavier did a great job of cutting and attacking the rim. Stan did a great job of attacking the rim. We were in the bonus, a lot, early in the second half, and then it got into the double bonus. So that was big for us. But yeah, it makes it definitely tough because you've got to look at the bench and try to figure out ball handling and against a team like Western that really pressures you. And so we got it late in the second half. Xavier picked up a couple, but other than that, we didn't foul a lot in the second half. And that was a point of emphasis at halftime. We felt like we were fouling too much, playing with our hands, and we need to do a better job of not fouling.
Sure. Another question for Xavier from Zach James from the Sioux City Journal. What was it like playing in a conference tournament game without a crowd?
We played here in the Pentagon tournament earlier on in December, so we knew we had to bring our own energy. So I think I was well adjusted to it. I think our bench did a great job being loud and communicating from the bench. So it wasn't too weird for me. So I felt good. I felt comfortable.
Yeah. And let's go last question here. We'll go to Stanley. It's from Scott McDonough with The Voice. How did you guys stay in such a good offensive rhythm when there were so many stoppages tonight?
You know, I think we had a good week of practice going over our sets. You know, we were doing a lot of 5-on-0 and just focusing on our cuts and our reads. And I think that was a big factor in you know, keeping our offense well during the stoppages.
Great. That'll do it for USD. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be joined shortly by Western Illinois.